Hello everybody and welcome to Tech Update, Rumours, etc. And my opinion on the Nexus 6, which hasn't been released yet, but hopefully will be released very shortly. Um, so here are a few possibilities of what the Nexus 6 may look like. Of course, we never know what a phone will look like until it is released. The Nexus, first of all, we should look at the Nexus 5 and 6, what the 5 look like, because a lot of companies don't like variating too much from their original models, and they don't like changing the design very quickly, although we did see a bit of a change in design in the iPhone 6 from the iPhone 5S, and there have been a few phones which the design have changed, but it's quite possible that it may not. So here on the right we have a Nexus 5, we have a picture of a Nexus 5, and on the left a picture of a possible Nexus 6. So not too much of a difference here between the Nexus 5 and 6 in this picture, but it is always very hard to tell. On the picture of the Nexus 6 it's boasting a 5.7 inch screen, but a few rumours which we will be seeing now in a few minutes will state otherwise. Another view here, on the left we have the current Nexus 6, and on the right we have a possible Nexus 6. So here on the right we can see it is a bent version, it is bendy. Well, not bendy, it is a curved screen version, probably is a better word. And it seems to have the same bottom and top as the Nexus 6, which is quite possible, of course. Or sorry, the Nexus 5. We might as well take a look at the past Nexuses and Google phones. So we now know that Nexus is owned by LG, and that's whenever they changed their name from a Google phone to Nexus, as we can see here in the pictures provided. So on the right, obviously the most right, is the Nexus 5. If we go down here, right down to the HTC model, as first the phones were made by HTC, then Samsung, and now Nexus, or LG, sorry. So of course there's any possibility, and looking back at the phones, they don't seem to change too much, although there has been some redesigns. The Nexus, the first two there by HT and Samsung, didn't change much. Then they sort of had a change, and there were two phones there quite similar, and then now the change for the 5, and possibly maybe if they go by the pattern that has been evolving here, maybe we shall see that it will be Nexus 6 quite similar to the Nexus 5, possibly a few changes here and there as between the second Samsung model and the first LG model. Of course, now we're moving on to what I believe may look like the Nexus 6. Well, this is probably one of the most out there, one of the possibilities, the most plausible one that is out there at the moment that I have seen whilst looking through Google. It's pretty similar to the Nexus 5 with a slightly bigger screen, but very similar design and just slightly different here and there. Moving on now to the specs, as we've seen there, 5.7 inch screen on the past picture, although some rumours speculate that it's actually maybe going to be a possible 5.5 inch or 5.9 inch screen, which would be a decent sized screen with a pixel density of 498 pixels per inch, which is quite a few pixels per inch and a very good pixel density. A 2.6 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 805 processor, and a possibility of a 3 gigabytes of RAM. That could make it quite a good match, or quite a match for any other smartphone out there. Quite a quick processor, and of course that 3 gigabytes of RAM is a lot. Now moving on to battery life, 3200 mAh battery, possibly more than 3200. It apparently supports fast charging. It's a possibility, allowing it to get 8 hours of battery life with just a 15-minute charge. That would be very good, and of course, if you were going to work and completely forgot to charge it, but you could maybe charge it at work, but it was very low and you maybe needed it for work or school or any thing. Of course, a 15-minute charge could be very handy for a lot of people, and an 8 hours battery life is rather long, and that could be constant use. A possible 12 megapixel camera with UDH video recording, which could be a step up. Which would be, a step up from the 8 megapixel camera on the Nexus 5 at present, but nobody knows exactly what it could be. Or it might be a 13 megapixel main camera on the back, which could shoot 4K video, and 4K video is of course becoming ever more popular with cheaper 4K TVs and computer screens and everything out there, and it is a lot easier sometimes to edit 4K now and with all programs, and it looks a lot better and sharper 4K video. And a possible 2 megapixel front facing camera, which would make it a very strong or a very small camera, and maybe not great quality for very tight for zooming in, but again, a front-facing camera would probably be a very good thing to have. A possible fingerprint scanner, maybe copying here maybe copying Apple here with the iPhone 5S, 6 and 6 Plus, all having a fingerprint scanner. They could very well do this, add it in, but it is very hard to know at this time whether they will add in a fingerprint scanner or not, as it could be rather hard, and maybe Apple have had to perfect it. We know with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus there was a few issues with the 5S. A possible curved screen, we don't know, as I showed earlier in a few pictures, the possible curved screen could happen, but it's hard to know if Nexus, if LG will want to have a curved screen as displayed here in this picture. They could want one and they might not want one. We never know. It is hard to tell. Here's the two Nexus possibilities, the two best ones that I could find. All the rest were pretty similar, or pictures of a Nexus 5, which is saying that a lot of people will think it'll look pretty similar to the Nexus 5, which is always possible, and to be honest, I think a lot of people don't want the Nexus 5 look to go away, because a lot of people do like it as a phone, and it holds well in the hand and it's not too slippy. Maybe a curved screen could be slippy or harder to hold, or harder to position in the hand. Of course, we could see, like we have seen with the iPhone 5, the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, there could be two models, but that's another possibility. One could have a 5.5 and one could have a 5.9 or 5.7 inch screen. Nobody really knows until they are released. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It will greatly help me out. And I'd now going to take you over to my first subscribers channel and just show you it. I'll be right back. So this is my first subscriber, Sheriff Gaming. He is a Modern Combat 5 and a Call of Duty Black Ops gamer, and he posts videos quite regularly. There 20 hours ago seems to be the most recent, a day ago, 2 days ago, a week ago, another week ago, and months ago. He posts quite regularly, and he has 2,000 subscribers at present. I would please ask you to go over and subscribe, like his channel, or like videos on his channel, watch videos if you're into gaming. I don't know, but he was my first subscriber, and I might as well give him a shout out. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my own channel, I would greatly encourage you to do that, and indeed watch my channel description here. As you can see, it would be greatly appreciated if you would watch that. and like and subscribe to my channel, of course.